You guys, welcome to number 1 of the West Ham career mode, and to start off this episode, as you can tell, we have listed Dimitri Payet. We are going to get him out of this club as soon as possible because in theory it is a logical thing for West Ham to do because he is getting up to 30 now. Maybe he is 30 by the time, he's 29 on the game, so he might be 30 in real life. And let's be honest, players after 30, are they going to get better? Probably not. So get yourself 30 mil for him now, because it looks like he's not wanting to play for the club and he's only going to decrease in value. So it's going to be very interesting because if you do take Payet out of the team, there's no player over 80 rated. So we are going to look to improve the team and push for a Champions League position with this 3-4-2-1. So looking at some of the targets that we are going to look to improve this team. One of them I would quite like to bring in is Asmir Begovic, but because he is a rival club, it may cost us like towards the 30 million mark because obviously they don't really want to sell it to a rival. In terms of playing this 3 at the back formation with the fullbacks, I think someone like Florenzi or Moses would be a great addition to the club. It depends on who's cheaper in a way. Like I think they'll be very similar price, but maybe Moses will be a little bit cheaper. Unfortunately, Jose Font hasn't actually transferred properly, so we're going to have to use a little bit of the budget, but only like 10 to 15 million, so nothing too much. Also, I've added a few players that are actually linked to West Ham in real life. I think Phil Jagielka is. I've added some Roma players as well because they were the other team I was going to look to do a career mode with. And Reginald Golan and Kevin Strootman, really good central midfielders. And I think that's one position we do need to improve in this team. In terms of replacing Payet, I'm not 100% sure who we're going to do. I've looked at a couple of players here, Sigurdsson and Perisic, very technical players. Not quite as fast Sigurdsson as Payet, but very similar in terms of very good free kicks and very good passing and shooting. We're also going to look to bring in another target man striker. We've only got Andy Carroll at the moment, who is injury prone, so very easily you could just completely have no strikers basically. I think the only one is Calieri. I'm going to look to move on a few players such as Diafra Sakho. It's kind of a shame because he did quite well a couple of seasons ago, Diafra Sakho, but he's kind of dropped off recent times. We do need to bring in a crucial first team forward, so that is a objective for us. It is to finish in the Euro League as well, and I've actually put us into the Europa League because I think it was Astrofogo they couldn't score against in this world that I've created where Payet leaves West Ham. I believe they could actually beat a Romanian second league team or something stupid like that. It's crazy how they didn't qualify for the Europa League, but we're going to look to move Diafra Sakho on there. Also putting a bid in here for Victor Moses. Would really like to bring him in for 10-11 mil. Would be more than happy with that. As you can see, we are going to accept the 6 million for Diafra Sakho there. Also bringing in Jose Font. Obviously, he has permanently signed for West Ham in real life. It's a bit of a weird move in my opinion because he could have joined maybe a Liverpool, maybe even a Man United. I think he is that kind of level of player, but he is about 32, 33, so he might go down ratings quite quickly in this career mode. I'm only going to look to do one, maybe two seasons, with this series. So, yeah, I'm just going to change the kit number to the one that he has been allocated in real life, which is 23. So we do put a £12 million bid in here for Victor Moses. I'd be more than happy to bring him into the club for that price. I think he's actually been downgraded because of the position change that he's had, but he will be so instrumental in this system that we are playing. We do have a few options here. We've got 9 Golan, Strootman and Sigurdsson, except I don't really see Sigurdsson as a central midfielder. Out of Strootman and 9 Golan, there's not a lot in it. Like the wages doesn't exactly help because it's about 40k in that, and then there's another 6 mil in money. But we do have a lot of money, and we still have to sell Payet or use him in a player. So you look at that transfer budget, it's probably closer to 100 million and £500,000 in wages. So for that reason, I think in the end I do decide to go for Reginald Golan. Plus he's an absolute all-round beast. Strootman does have the injury-prone trait, and Sigurdsson, I see him more as a Payet replacement in terms of putting him left forward or right forward. I don't really see him at the central midfield position. So now we've got a bit of a conundrum. Do we drop Kouyaté, the absolute beast, or do we drop Mark Noble, the West Ham captain? Thinking about it, I probably should have. I think I do end up dropping Kouyaté for the time being. But maybe I will think about dropping Mark Noble. He is about 30, he's not going to go up in ratings, and Kouyaté's a lot better than him, let's be frankly honest. But we do make another signing there, Victor Moses, for £12 million. He's just important to this system. If this system's going to work, you've got to get the right players in, like Conte did. He brought in Marcus Alonso, who's been really good, and Kante, of course, he's helped out in that midfield. you got to have a player with legs, and I think Nainggolan and Kiyate may have that same formula. So at the moment we are going to leave it with Moses and Antonio out on the left and right mid. As you can see here, we do get our first bid in for Dimitri Payet. As it was the first one, I was going to just match the value for the first bid and just get him out as soon as possible, but I thought I'd just squeeze an extra $1.5 million out of him just to help out in terms of finances and getting a new player. As you can see there, we are looking at a few players similar to Payet in overall and playstyle. Obviously, we've got Mertens, Hamsik, Isco, we've got Asensio as well from Real Madrid. I think there's another one I can't remember off the top of my head, but yeah, leave some comments down below on who we should actually replace Dimitri Payet with. That is the main player that I'm going to look to replace, of course, because he is the best player at the club in terms of rating. But yeah, we have countered that with the 26.5. I think they do actually end up accepting that. I was tempted to put a counter bid there for Andy Carroll, but I think he's a player that's quite important to the system. I think he will be quite useful. And as you can see there, 26 million. Dimitri Payet has been sold to Manchester United. It would have been nice if we did actually sell him to Marseille, where it is looking like he is going to move. But at the same time, like in this season, we will be playing against Man United and probably coming against Payet, so that'll be something quite good to look forward to. So I think because of the Begovic deal, I think Chelsea were asking for like 35 million. So I thought I'd look at some keepers from abroad, like Anthony Lopez and Berkey from Dortmund. The good thing with foreign players, their wages are so low, it's incredible. Like a Premier League player's on like 100 to 200. A player of the same quality is on like 40, 50 grand a week. It's kind of crazy. We do get an offer in here for Cagliari, who is actually on loan in real life, so it's kind of weird that this is a permanent deal on the game. I did counter it to 12 because he's not the best player in the world in my opinion. Plus I feel that Cagliari is a little bit too short. I think he's only 5'9" in a one-strike formation, especially with a lot of balls going into the box. I don't think he's going to be very effective, so probably moving on for that quite a bit of money would help out quite a bit. So we do improve the offer there for Berkey, but in the end do go for Anthony Lopez just because he did accept a lot lower in terms of wages, like 40 grand a week. That's very cheap. That's like a top tier championship player, but he's like a, I don't know, top 10 goalkeeper in the Premier League. So I think that's a good little sign in there. We brought in Nainggolan, we brought in Moses. I think we do need to bring in a striker replacement where we do sign Cagliari. And I think we do, of course, need to replace Dimitri Payet, looking at like a left winger or a central attacking midfielder, someone that can just create chances like Perisic, Sigurdsson, all the other players that I did say in this episode that was putting bids on, Mertens, Isco, players like that. I don't want to go too crazy like in terms of like Ozil, De Bruyne, players like that. They're just not going to simply join West Ham. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this first episode. I'm probably not going to be doing Facecam on this series just because I want to make sure it gets out there consistently. And if I don't do Facecam, then I make sure it definitely will be like at least every other day this series. That'll be something good for you guys to look forward to. So we do actually decide to list up Adrian and Randolph because we don't need that many. Like they're on tier of all first team goalkeepers, so I don't feel like we need them. So hopefully you guys enjoy this first episode of the West Ham career mode. Make sure you do smash the like button and subscribe if you are new to the channel, and see you soon. Bye.